G'day legends, it's Mark here from North Oz and we are back with some modifications for this time, the XL Jimny. So Mum has been driving this around now for a little while and she has noticed some things that she would like to improve on just for some day-to-day driving. So we've got a couple of modifications here, a couple of accessories. It's nothing too crazy to install. I'm going to show you how to install the stuff we're doing today, and we've got a bunch of stuff sent out by Jimny Hype. So they have a huge range of items that you can choose from to upgrade your Jimny. So if you have a Jimny or a Jimny XL, just like we do, you'll be able to go and check out some awesome products from them. But this is not sponsored. They send out these products. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to show you guys how to install this stuff, and let's see if we can improve some of the functionality of these very, very basic vehicles. But they are a lot of fun and also are very easy to change a lot of things around to make them even better. Let's get stuck into it. Today is going to be a good one. I'm going to show you guys some of the items we're installing today, and we are just focusing on the interior today. This one here is a little cover for this rear demister here. So this little defogger, whatever you want to call it, it's an exposed wire. It doesn't look great, and that is going to be a little cover to try and cover up this little plug and, you know, that little electrical happenings going on there. We've also got a nice little kind of center console. It's not really, it's like a little center organizer section. Let's see if I can get this out with one hand. There's this nice little organizer for the center there. You can kind of see that on the front cover where it sits, kind of between the low range selector and the handbrake. So that's going to add a little bit of storage, which is going to be awesome. And in here we have a center console because there is currently nowhere to put your arm when you are driving, which drives me absolutely insane. Seems to be a 79 series and 70 series for that matter. And Jimny issue where there's just nowhere to put your elbow. So there's absolutely no storage here, nowhere to put your elbow. So I'm hoping that by adding a little bit of functionality, and also it's got a lot of cool features, that center console, that we're going to be installing today. So yeah, we've got a few things we're going to be installing. It's going to be a lot of fun. We also have one more thing, which is actually for the back here to, again, add some storage, because these things are very basic. There's not really a lot of places to store things. You can see Mum's got, you know, these pouches here and different things. They slide around sometimes. They're not the best thing. It's not the tidiest looking either. So we're hopefully going to be able to put all that stuff she has over there, and we're going to transform it and move it into this, which is a rear cargo rack. So that's just going to sit on the roof of the interior here, somewhere around here. But yeah, we've got to try and figure it out and see what we can do with it. So that's what we're doing. We'll start with the interior stuff in the front and then move our way to the back. And yeah, it should be a good time. This is all packaged really nicely, by the way. They also chuck in some stickers and a nice little letter in there as well. So that's a pretty awesome way to get some nice products. And yeah, so if you want to see any of these items as well, I'll leave a link to them all in the description. So let's get stuck into it. Let's start off with, I reckon let's do the storage up the front, and let's do the center console as well, and get moving on this project. All right, we're going to begin with the unboxing of the center console. It's I have had a quick sneak peek at it. It is a nice looking unit here. Again, everything's linked all in the description if you would like to buy this exact thing. It's obviously very small because the Jimny is very tiny itself. There are a couple of things that I really like about this though, and it's that, let me get this out of the way so you can actually see what I'm doing. There's a couple of things that I really like about this. There are some USB sockets in here for the front. There's, I think, a little pass-through cable that we have to just plug in to make those functional. There is also that nice little storage section there, and there is a bigger section there for storage, and that's that little USB pass-through cable there. So it just kind of sits, from what I can tell, just kind of sits in the existing cup holders. And then you also get, for the people in the back, you also get some little rear USBs there, and then also a little cup holder that kind of flicks out, which is kind of cool. So yeah, so adds a lot of little functionality there, kind of what the Jimny should have come with to begin with. A nice little soft top on there as well, which has a nice bit of padding in there. The stitching on that is also pretty high quality too, as you can see. So let's get this one in there. I don't think this is going to be, anything that we're installing today is going to be too difficult. So I reckon we'll be able to smash this out pretty quick. All right, so I'm just having a little suss in here to see what we can do here and seeing how it all fits up. It's all looking pretty good so far. So all we have to do is just really slot it into that cup holder there. So if we slot that in there, and we should be pretty much good to go. That was it. Well, that was incredibly easy. Let's give it a quick little test to make sure that it's okay. You can support your weight when you lean on it. And yeah, that actually looks really good. I like that there's a little section on the top here for your phone. And then it's got obviously a deeper section in there too. Nice little bit of carpet in the bottom there too. Stop things from rattling around. Very nice. That was easy. Now, after just doing a little bit of testing, I have noticed that it is a little bit rattly in here. So it did include these little soft foam sticky pads. So I am just going to chuck a couple on there just as well, so it doesn't bang around as well. And scratch the bottom of the existing cup holders, because if there's any dirt that will get in the bottom of that, like sand or anything, it will probably scratch a bit. So I'll chuck them in the bottom. We'll see how that goes. That sits a lot better. I might even chuck maybe one on the side as well, just to see if that will stop it from rattling around a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see if there's enough room for that. Oh, yep. Yeah, that's much better. That has just taken up a little bit of the clearance there. A little bit of that, it's taken up a little bit of that, wiggle room. So that's not going to rattle around anymore. So that's much better. I'm much happy with that. There's also this USB pass-through here that I'm assuming, and we've only got one USB here in the front, so I'm assuming it's just going to go from the front and then just snake around the side here. So not going to be the prettiest setup. I'm not sure if I want to set that up just yet right now, but we can always give it a go and test out to see if it actually works. But yeah, so that's kind of going to be the next thing that we'll do. So just going to plug that one in here. If it will focus, hopefully it does. There we go. And then just run it down the side there. So yeah, that kind of connects up there like that. I'm sure there's going to be a way that we can run it that's a little bit, less in the way. But, for now, we'll give it a test like that. And it does provide functionality for the people in the back too. So if you're carrying kids around in here and they want to charge up all their electronics and their screens and that, they'll be able to do that. So that's probably one of the main reasons why you would probably get that USB cable in there, because otherwise you might as well just use the USBs in here. But yeah, it does kind of provide a little bit of a splitter there. So we'll see how that goes. We'll give that a test in a second, and yeah, we'll kind of see how it goes. Let's turn the car on and I'll get something to charge up. We'll see what it does. All right, so I have got I've got an iPad here. And it's got just your standard USB on the end of it. So we're going to test it to see if it will work. I might test it in the back because that's probably a more realistic test, just based on, obviously if you have kids and stuff, that's probably where the kids are going to be putting in their iPads. So I just chucked that in there. Let's see what it does. We'll see if we get a little bit of charging action here. Let's see what we get here if we turn on the car. So you see it's charging there, which is pretty great because it just means that your kids could be using any of their products in the back there, provided, obviously if you're going on a long trip or whatever, it just gives that extra functionality and it stretches all the way to the back there. And this is just kind of like a standard USB cable, and there's not a lot of distance to cover there between that center console, which is great. And actually in the back here, the center console, I might just run around with the camera in a second, but the center console doesn't actually protrude past the seats, which is good. It kind of sits in line with that center console existing one anyway. So that is actually a really good little setup here. And there's a little blue light on there just to show that it is actually taking charge, and that charge is getting into here. So yeah, if you had extra accessories for whatever GPSs or whatever it is that you're running, this is also a good way to give you some extra USB ports too. So very handy bit of kit. This is actually very, very nice and incredibly comfortable. You can see there we've got the center console. Doesn't really protrude back past in line with the existing cup holders. So that's pretty cool, I think. Pretty sleek. And then we've obviously got the iPad charging here, just on a very short USB cable, but it stretches all the way to the back there. So yeah, pretty good setup. There's still another few more USB cables there. So you've got 4 in the back there. And of course, a nice little cup holder there in case you need one. Cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, with the center console now installed, we're going to be moving on to this nice little storage unit that we have here. It's a nice little organization, little thing we got going on here. It's got a nice little section for some cards or your driver's license or anything like that. I've also got a nice little cup holder there. And then we've also got a little tray just to fill in that extra space there. It does run on the bottom here, some Velcro, obviously to keep it from sliding around, otherwise it will just slide around all the time. And I've also got something here that's really cool that I'll show you after we get this installed. So this one should just be a matter of just putting it in place and away we go. So let's do that now. So I reckon we just put it in from the side and then line it up best we can. And then just stick it down. And oh, that's very flush fit. That's that's bang on. Yeah, that's really nice. I'll get you guys to have a closer look at that. But that was, the tolerances on this is very well done. You can see it butts up right against that front bit there and butts up right against the back bit there too. So it doesn't really leave you guessing as to where you should be, where you should be having to, line it up from. So very easy. Now, we've got a couple of things here to add to this little modification we're doing. And we've got a white lined kind of rubber mat to go on the inside of that tray. So it's like a non-slip matting. We've got a red one and we've got a blue one. Now, obviously the car is red. Mum loves red things as well. She's got a red kayak over there. We got, the car's red. She loves red. So we'll definitely be chucking in the red non-slip mat in here. And yeah, and we'll get that in there. It should look even better again. All right, I'm just going to, and I love the fact that Jimny Hype, when they send out the products, that they have a variety of ones to choose from. Like they could have just sent out like a, one single color of this, but I do like that they've got, and that bottom there is actually very tacky as well, which is excellent. It's not going to slip around. But yeah, I like that they've got a range of things they send you so that you can accessorize a little bit, because let's face it, guys, when we're installing stuff like this, we want to make it as, as close to ours as possible, like it's all well and good to have generic things, but for little personal touches like this, I think it's a lot of fun, and definitely, and Jimny Hype clearly understand it and they clearly get it. So let's go this one here. The bottom of these are quite tacky, so they do like to grip onto the plastic, which is actually really good, because it means that if you have something that goes on there like a water bottle or something, it's not going to pull up on these inserts, and you can take them out. There's a little tab there where you can just take them out and pull them out. So but yeah, you can put whichever one you want on there, whatever colors you like. And that right there is the, let me get a decent look at this for you guys, but that right there is the final product of what we have installed. So we've got the center console there, and we've got a nice little interior storage section there. Pretty awesome and looking really good. Now, also just went and quickly grabbed Mum's water bottle that she uses day to day. This is just kind of like an IKEA water bottle. It's not a very big one. It's not like one of your big Yetis or anything like that, but it fits perfectly in that little center console area with even a couple mil on either side. So I don't think you could actually make that any more perfect than what it is. Also like the extra little bit of storage on the side there that you get too. So actually that turned out really good before I moved on to that last little the rear defogger thing. So yeah, but that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm sure she's going to be stoked with that as well. All right, we're going to move on now to the rear defogger now, that little cover. So these gas struts are very slow as well. For those of you who own Jimnys, I'm not quite sure what's up with that, but we're going to move on now to this little cover here. So it's very, very simple. It's the last thing we're going to do before we have a little break, because it is absolutely scorching hot in the carport here. Now that we're going into summer, happy days. So yeah, we're going to chuck, so it actually comes with two. So we've got two, one for there, one for there. It looks very simple. It's just going to be a matter of just getting that double-sided tape to stick. And then that will be covered, because if you guys are carrying anything in the back here that's moving around a lot, whether it's cargo boxes or even just basic stuff. These little exposed wires here, they actually have quite a bit of tension on them. So that could easily be unplugged. You know, you obviously have got these terminals here that are sticking out. You don't want that stuff to be getting hit. And just with a little cheap little product like this, you're not going to be doing any major modifications, but it's just going to cover that up a little bit. So we'll see how these go on. I don't think it's going to be a very difficult task. But yeah, like everything we've had so far from Jimny Hype, everything's been fitting up really easy. So this will be our last job before we break for lunch. And then not that any of this stuff has taken me any amount of time at all, but it's just good to have a couple of breaks, especially in this heat. And let's get these rear demister or rear defogger covers installed. I'm not expecting this to take much time at all. So this product we're installing does come with instructions. Pretty straightforward to follow. Really, you just want to use the adhesion promoter, which is probably, this just looks like just a little wipe. We're just going to wipe down where the double-sided sticky tape is going to be going on. And then basically, we're just going to put this little cover here aligning with the contours and then make sure it sticks. That's pretty much all there is to this one. So should be, like I said, pretty quick and easy job. What we got to do is just get this little towel thing out. Feels like it's a little bit of alcohol or something. It's based on how it is drying on my hands. And yeah, so we want to try and get kind of around here. Just get all the way around there, that'll be fine. Let that dry, and then we're probably going to be around here. So that plug on this side actually had already been kind of tampered with a little bit. So obviously it's grabbed onto someone's clothing or something like that, and it's kind of pulled out a little bit. So I did just fold that down just a little bit, just so it fits in a little bit better with the cover, so it's not like banging on the edge of the cover. So I think we'll be pretty much good to go now. That seems to have dried. We've got double-sided sticky tape on all sections except for the glass. So before we go in and stick it onto anything, try to get it on those contours as close as possible. And that's looking pretty good to me. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Cool. So you can see the actual difference there between the exposed wire, and I might just get another quick little close-up for you, but you can see that's the closed-off wire now, and that's the exposed one. So it doesn't really make much sense to leave those wires exposed. And I'm glad that we're able to have a product like this that just protects the features of the vehicle. So cool. Pretty easy to do, didn't take much time at all, and actually makes it look a lot better and a lot cleaner as well. Also like how the finish kind of matches the existing panels, same sort of color. So yeah, that looks great. I'm very happy with that. So we are now moving on to our rear storage / table. So yes, this is actually a table, which is pretty cool. So it means we can take it out and use it, obviously, for cooking and different things. It comes with a huge amount of hardware as well. It looks high quality from what I've seen so far, and the packing was unreal. So next step for me is to get all this stuff out, and we're going to kind of see how it all gets fitted up. Looks like, as always, we're going to be using the grab handles in the back there to try to get some mounts set up, and then yeah, we'll kind of go from there and see what we have to do. So I'm just going to remove the grab handles in the back here and then get that mount on there. And we'll do the same for the other side. Now, before I install these mounts, I do want to see what the table is like and see kind of how sturdy that is, because it does have a table functionality in it too. So these are kind of the legs, from what I can tell here, these kind of screw in. So kind of curious at this point, actually, just to see what kind of table you get when you put these legs in. This is pretty cool that we have the option to have a table here as well. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. And now that we got the table legs on, there are these little feet that go on the bottom of it. So we'll just put them on. We'll just lightly screw them on. I mean, it's not a very tall table, but for extra storage as an option, it's still a good idea. Let me put it behind the Jimny so we can get an idea of the height of it and stuff. And it's a sturdy table when it's done like this. It's pretty surprising, actually. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so if you would like to use this as a table of some description, let me get you a better look at that. If you would like to use this as a table of some description for anything that you would like to do, you can do that, and it's actually very solid. So that's a pretty fun little extra option to have. So what we're going to do now is get those legs off this, and then we will put the mounting bracket in the roof, and then see how this acts as a storage system as well. Pretty cool. So it makes it super easy, as you can see. So let's just chuck this one up there now. So that one should be done. It's pretty solid. Second side is done. So now we're going to install the actual table slash storage part of this. The only thing that I'm thinking is that it will take away headroom from the rear passengers. So if you do carry a lot of rear passengers, it could be a bit of an issue. As you can see, it's kind of, like hitting my head here. So it just depends if you're carrying passengers or not, would determine how useful this is, from what I can tell in the early stages of getting this buttoned up. But yeah, I mean, it's all pretty basic. It all comes with everything that you need. It's also very easy to just, it's also very easy to install. I mean, you're talking about, just some loops here. It's going to make it very easy to, it's got a thread on the end of it. Just these little loops, and, basically just thread it through and then just tighten it up. It's good that you don't have to support this whole top while you install it, because if you did do that, and I have installed a center console, like a roof console before, trying to hold the weight up of it while doing this by yourself is not the easiest thing. So I do like that at least it supports itself on those brackets while you install it. So that is definitely a positive. But I mean, if you're just carrying kids in the car, I don't think they're going to be this tall anyway, especially like if they're, younger kids, or if you're not even using the back at all. You can just fold down the seats and you get all this extra storage. So it's going to be entirely up to you and your situation. But it all lines up very easily. So I'm going to start with the back ones. I'll do the front ones, tighten them up, and then the middle ones, and then we're done. And that is it. Fully installed, and you've got a super solid little rack there. That's pretty awesome. Let me show you. I'll give you a little bit more of a better look at it. But you kind of can see there. That's it. So you got your front seats there. I'll zoom out a little bit. You got the front seats there. You've got the rear storage area there. And then it goes over the passenger seats there. So if you weren't using those and they were down here, for example, you want a little bit of extra storage, you've got that top rack there and you can use it to put some pouches in. You've obviously got, you know, these little loops here that you can just, you know, put some little elastic straps across there, and you can put hats on there. You can do whatever you want, really. See what it looks like from the back. So that's what it looks like from the back there. So yeah, that was really easy to install. And we do still have the legs down there as well, where you'll be able to, if you want to, you can just take that back section off. You just undo those 3 little loops, and then you have got the top of your table if you would like to do that. So that is pretty cool. Now there are only a couple more things left to do now, and that is to put another sticker on the back of the Jimny here, which is going to be a Jimny hype one. So we're going to be putting this one on. So we're going to stick that one on. And the last thing we'll be doing is showing Mum and getting her reaction and what she thinks of it. You know, full disclosure, she did come out and get a sneak peek earlier on to have a look at the center console. She couldn't help herself, but I did manage to keep her away for all of the other stuff. So we'll stick this on and we'll see if we can get her reaction and see what she thinks of all the modifications. Hey, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. Add it to the sticker collection. Let's go get Mum. We'll see what she reckons of our little interior upgrades. All right, Mum, we've got you coming out to check out your modifications and accessories.
Okay, so this is the big reveal.
Yeah, but you've already seen the center console, but still go in anyway and have a look.
Okay, yeah, I have to do it again.
There is still something in there that I want to show you.
Okay, cool. Look at this.
So you got the center console there, but you also got that there too.
That's game changer.
Yeah, game changer. Oh no. Yeah, so there you go.
Great.
Yeah.
So no groveling in the back while I'm driving.
No, but it's good because that, yeah, I mean, the issue that you had was with the water bottle, right? Being
absolutely.
too far in the back.
Yeah, because you had to lean all the way back to grab it. Too far.
So that brings it up a little bit.
It does.
Yeah. Could you just use the handbrake, demonstrate the handbrake, see if it goes down okay?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem.
That's okay?
Yep.
Cool. And bring it back up.
Car rolls down the drive.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And then that's your center console. So the first one, just pull it up, just like normal.
Oh, okay. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and then
I like
grab it from, like, there's a lip. So if you hold it a little bit more under.
Oh, yeah,
cool.
up,
that's your deeper section there.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's pretty cool. And then there is a USB that you can just plug in from there to here, and then it lights up all of your USBs.
Nice.
So you can, and you got another 2 on like each side in the back there too. So
for back passengers.
For the back passengers, that's right. So yeah, I put the red lining in there too to match your car.
Match the car. Very good. I love this.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
there you go. That's pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Gives you an armrest, which is handy for our longer drives. So yeah.
So where'd you get these from?
Jimny Hype.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then so to the back. We'll go to the very back.
Let's go.
To the very back.
I can see it.
Come around this side.
I'm coming.
So in here, don't look over there. So here are some little protectors.
Nice.
Yeah. So what they do is there were some exposed wires there and there.
Yep.
And those little covers just, they protect the exposed wires, because it's kind of like little terminals that are just exposed.
Okay.
And if you had something in the back here that knocked it, it could break it. So those little covers protect it.
Looks really neat.
Yeah, it does look neat. Yeah.
It really finishes it off nicely.
And it's symmetrical and stuff. It looks
Very
proper.
good.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, don't look in the back just yet.
Okay.
Come around this side.
Okay.
So go around the other side and open up the passenger door.
Passenger. Okay. Oh.
So in the back, you've got
That's
a
interesting. Storage.
Yeah, it's like a rear rack thing, so you can still put things between the roof and the rack.
Okay.
But you can also strap things to the front of it here, like pouches and that. Those things hold this center rack here to the brackets on the side, but you can take
so I won't unscrew them like I was just doing.
So you can, you can, but it would probably go through the back of your head when you're driving. But
that's not best plan.
No, but you can take these off, and then this slides off, and you can use it as a table. So
really?
So there's some table legs there.
Okay.
If you want to use it as a table instead, you can. So
that's good.
so that's kind of cool, kind of multifunctional.
Yeah.
The only thing is that if there's passengers in the back here that are sitting down, like if I try and sit down here, like I'm not going to be able to sit upright. So if you have normal passengers, or if you have people who aren't small children, they won't be able to sit in the back here. So this will just be for your normal kind of everyday driving.
Okay, that's
so
good.
No one over maybe 5'6" in the
Shall
back.
I see if I can get in?
Yeah, see if you can get in.
Okay.
And see if you not watch your head.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh yeah, you got heaps of room. Look at that.
Look at this.
Plenty of room.
Me.
All right. So
6'5" right here.
Yeah, I mean you're 6'5" and you fit just fine. So that's that back there.
Cool.
So those were the 4 things that we installed today.
That's good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, hey?
They're all from Jimny Hype?
All from Jimny Hype.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was and let's get us both a bit. So that there was the center console.
Yep.
It was the center organizer.
Yep.
And it was the rear defogger kind of cover. And then kind of like the back seat, wasn't really back. I was kind of thinking that cover, the storage shelf would go a bit further back.
Yeah, I thought that. I thought it'd go further back,
But it ended up being just there, and that's fine.
Okay, that's good.
Just as long as people know what part of it goes on, then that's the important thing.
That's true.
But
and, to be fair, I've had absolutely 0 people in the back.
We've never had anyone in the back of this car. So but
that's
so you can kind of see that tray, that little interior storage rack from here, and it looks pretty good. So that was the last thing that we installed, and they all took like 2 seconds. So
didn't take too long.
No, it's pretty good. Happy with it?
Very happy. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah.
That's good.
So thank you to Jimny Hype for sending out the stuff. It all looks, like I said, really good quality.
Yep.
And yeah, we're looking forward to actually being able to use it day to day. Well, you are, because it's your car.
Yeah,
so.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching today's video. And if you got any value out of today, click the like button, subscribe. What should they do, Mum?
Subscribe.
They need to subscribe. Yeah, good one. So they need to subscribe and put any comments that you have down in the comments. Yeah, comments in the comments section. Anything you guys want to know, let us know. And if you have any questions about the products, we're more than happy to send them to Jimny Hype as well to get some clarification. But apart from that, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next install / Jimny video / Landcruiser videos / camping and all that stuff that we do here.
Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Not me. We'll find out. Alrighty, guys. See you in the next one.